get a job. Sha-la-la-la,
Worried about where your next job will come from? No problem. There seems to be thousands on offer this election campaign.
Politicians, love to talk about the jobs that they're creating.
Many of the politicians' claims in this area turn out to be little more than them claiming credit for jobs created by population growth, which is a bit like a politician claiming credit for the rain.
If you genuinely thought politicians could create 1 million jobs, we should be paying them a lot more than we're paying them.
Job creation is a key part of both parties' 10-year economic plans. But how good are politicians at predicting jobs of the future? Let's go back 10 years and find out.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah.
It's 2006. Justin Timberlake is on our iPods. Prime Minister John Howard is on the telly. People are reading actual newspapers and going to Blockbuster video stores. There's no iPhones, but there is a mining boom.
You see these shackles, baby, I'm your slave. I'll let you whip me if I misbehave.
There was the big belief that China's boom was permanent and that Australia would be able to slipstream that. Now that did, turn out to be wrong. Big surprise. Booms aren't permanent.
New leadership is about building long-term economic prosperity for once this mining boom is over.
Why does Mr Rudd keep talking about the end of the mining boom?
Young Australians, many of them weren't going on to tertiary education. They were heading for the mines, and some of the politicians were actively encouraging that, seeing that as a great development for the future. That didn't really play out.
I want an Australian nation in which a high-quality technical education is as prized as a university degree.
In the 2007 election, both Kevin Rudd and John Howard went to the electorate with promises to boost manufacturing in Australia.
I don't want to be Prime Minister of a country where we don't make things anymore.
But both of their plans to improve manufacturing were mugged by reality. Australia lost 200,000 manufacturing jobs over the subsequent 10-year period.
See you, love.
See you, dear.
See ya.
Take care,
Have
won't
a good
you?
time, okay?
The biggest shift in the last decade has been away from full-time blue-collar jobs held mainly by men to part-time, lower-paid jobs held mainly by women.
We have put on nearly 400,000 new jobs over the last couple of decades in the health, personal and community services roles. And this is a really strongly growing part of the Australian economy. But on average, it's a relatively lower wage part of the Australian economy.
Now, the true key, I think, is not so much how many jobs, that's just a population question, as to how good those jobs will be, and in particular, how well paid they'll be.
But despite almost constant adaptation by Australian workers, wages growth is at a record low. The extent of job disruption in one Australian generation is vast. The typical Australian worker just 25 years ago was an unskilled male. Now, 1 in 4 unskilled workers are either unemployed or not even looking for a job anymore. 200,000 labouring jobs gone. 250,000 trades and technician jobs gone. Nearly 500,000 secretarial and clerical roles all gone.
3 forces are decimating occupations right across the Australian economy: globalisation, automation and collaboration.
The typical Australian worker now is likely to be older, to be better qualified and to work in an office. But they better be ready to change again, and again, and again, and again, and again. A young person can now expect to change careers 5 times and change jobs 17 times, while continually developing more and more new skills for the new economy. Digital, collaborative, big data, presentation, problem solving, creativity, social media, innovation.
Nearly half of young Australians are preparing themselves now for those 40% of jobs that are at risk of being lost to automation. So we have a mismatch between the skills that will be demanded in the future and the skills that young people are picking up today.
So what are the likely new jobs?
The question is, how many jobs will be able to be created that people can do better than machines and computers? And the answer to that question is currently in debate.
Hi, 皆さん、こんにちは。
So the politicians, sure, they'll love to talk big. My guess is the actual differences won't be as big as many people think, and probably won't be as attributable to the decisions of politicians as many people think either.